As believers in Christ, we often get distracted with the pursuit of materialism, the pursuit of power, the pursuit of accolades, and the recognition of men. And oftentimes we forget that the substratum of our faith is dependent on our fellowship with Jesus Christ, fellowship with God Himself, having intimacy with Him. It is this concept that I'd like to explore in this video. 1 Peter 5 verse 8 reminds us, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour." Being vigilant in these times is important if we are going to win this battle to serve the Lord on this earth. It is important that we open our eyes and we look and recognize the strategies of the adversary, because indeed, he is like a roaring lion. He is seeking to devour us. And if we are not conscious of his devices, then we will fall prey to his plans and his strategies. To embellish this point, I draw for a story from the book The Pursuit of Excellence by Ted Enstrom, who wrote these words. He said, "I was cleaning out a desk drawer when I found a flashlight I had not used in over a year. I flipped the switch, but was not surprised when it gave no light. I unscrewed it and shook it to get the batteries out, but they would not budge. Finally, after some effort, they came loose. What a mess. Battery acid had corroded the entire inside of the flashlight. The batteries were new when I had put them in, and I had stored them in a safe, warm place. But there was one problem. Those batteries were not made to be warm and comfortable. They were designed to be turned on, to be used. It is the same with us. We were not created to be warm and comfortable. God designed you to glorify His name in whatever you do. Unfortunately, the enemy is out there to derail God's great plan for you. The enemy is looking for someone to devour, and you have to fight back. That is why each day it is very important for us to have continuous fellowship with God. Not just to have devotional moments, but in everything seeking God. Not just to read the word, but to take time to meditate on it and to listen to what God is saying. Fellowship with God is your protection from any attack of the enemy. One thing about all the great men and women in the Bible is that they all had relationship with God. Their greatness was dependent on the fact that they had a relationship with the supreme being of heaven, and it is upon that relationship that they were able to extend their borders and to have great influence in their lifetime. That is the recipe. That is the formula for all of us. If you want to fulfill God's mandate in this life, you have to have relationship with Him. Therefore, it is fellowshipping with God that is the only road to fulfilling our divine purpose. It is not in the accolades, it is not in the achievements, it is not in the praises of men, but it is simply taking the time to have relationship with the God who created us. How can we operate without the owner's manual? How can we operate without His guidance? When we take the time to listen to Him, then our lives will never be the same. The victory that we seek will now be ours because we are walking with Him. And even if that victory doesn't come, we will have the comfort of His Spirit to make it through, because He did say that His grace is sufficient to keep us. And so let us be mindful of the fact that even though we are tired, we still need to have relationship with God. Although we have so many things in this life that we need to do, it does not substitute that we need to have relationship with Jesus Christ. That's where we get our substance. That's where we get our sustenance. That's where we are replenished and rejuvenated. That is the place where we find our power. It is in connecting with the Holy God who created us for purpose. Try it. Spend some time with Him and watch the difference being made manifest